Hello and welcome to the Further Maths OCR Pure Core videos. This is Sequence and Series 1, Summing Series, and this is video 1.1, a recap of the sigma notation. Okay, so you've seen this notation before, if you remember that this here means the sum of. So this whole thing means the sum from r equals 1 to 5 of 2r. So we substitute in from 1 to 5 and add up what we get. So when we substitute in 1, we get 2 times 1, which is 2. Substitute in 2, 2 times 2 is 4. 2 times 3, 2 times 4, and 2 times 5. The top number tells us the last term. And when we sum all of these, we get 30. Okay, here's a slightly different one. Here we can see we're starting from r equals 4 and we're going up to 7. Okay, so we just substitute in 4. 3 times 4 is 12. Remember, this symbol means it's a sum, so we're adding everything together. Substitute in 5. 3 times 5 is 15. 3 times 6 is 18. And finally, 3 times 7, this tells us which term to stop on, is 21. And when we add all of those together, we get 66. Okay, this is a slightly different one here. As you can see, we don't actually have r here in this expression. So that just means that whatever value we put in, what we're getting out is 3. So when we put in 1, we get 3. When r is 2, we get 3. When r is 3, we get 3. And all the way up until r is n, when we get 3 again. So what we have here is 3 n times. So that sum is 3n. And this is really helpful because this leads us to the general solution that if we have the sum from r equals 1 to n of 1, so the sum of 1's, that's just going to be n. This is an important one to remember. Okay, so we can use sigma notation to express a sum. If we have a look at this, we can see that we've got the numbers going up 1, 2, 3, all the way up to 50. And what helps is if we can find out what we're doing on a general term. So let's try writing this in terms of 1. So we've got 1 times 1 plus 2. And the next one, we've got 2, because this is where r is 2, times 2, and again plus 2. The next one would be 3 times 3 plus 2. And if we go along here, we can get to our general term, which is r times r plus 2. And in this particular case, we can go to the end, which is 50 times 50 plus 2. So if we want to write this now using sigma notation, we've got the sum from r is 1 all the way up to 50, and the expression we're putting that into is r plus 2. Okay, the next video in this series will be 1.2, the standard formula for the sum to n terms of